Well, very early, after I moved there in 1994, I don't know, as I said, something fascinated me about the city. Like, it's not so much, of course, Japan, but I've always lived in Tokyo, and it is particularly the city that fascinates me, and particularly how this city, it was destroyed in 1923 in the earthquake, and it was then destroyed by the bombing in 1945. How this city rebuilt itself twice in the 20th century. And of course, I live there. My children live there, and their mother is Japanese, and so, it. I think it's, obviously there's also the necessity of knowing about, their culture. Now when I watch the news in Japan every evening, so many of the stories in the news, the origin of the story goes right back to this period, to the American occupation. I mean, to give one example, the political constitution of Japan was given to them by the Americans. The Americans wrote the constitution. Article 9 of the constitution says that the Japanese are forbidden to have an army that goes to a foreign country. They can only have an army that's used for defense. Now, in the last 4 years, the very, very conservative Japanese government would like to change this. And actually, the Americans would like them to change. Mr. Bush would like them to go to Iraq and to Afghanistan. And now you have a very ironic or bizarre situation where the Japanese Communist Party defend the constitution which was given by the Americans. It's, and it all goes back. And, we tend to think about, whaling, hunting and killing whales. We tend to think of it as an environmental issue, as, save the whale. But for Japanese people, well, not Japanese people, for the Japanese government, it's a very nationalistic issue. We do not want other countries telling us what to do. It's part of our, pride. After the war, we had to eat whale because we had no food. The Americans said you must eat whale, and now the Americans say you can't eat whale. So it's all kind of, this all goes back to 45, 46.